And I wanted to make a video real quick. I was just going through the internet and I was researching some people on the internet and stuff. And I started finding out like a lot of people, I started finding out a lot of different things. And also, I started finding out a little bit about myself, of who I am. And it seems like the more you could figure out who you actually are, the better you are. Like, that's what I've been noticing because by doing this research on the internet, I just started researching people back to, and what I'm finding is like people that have like financial backing, maybe they're from a richer family or whatever. I'm not saying they have life easy or anything like that. Life is just as hard for anybody, whatever circumstance. It's hard for everybody. But what I've noticed is some people have financial backing, and they do really well. Some people they get famous from like reality TV. Reality TV seems like to be like something that makes a person famous pretty quick. Um, and reality TV, I can't stand it at all. I mean, when Road Rules came back out in MTV, when Road Rules was like one of the first ones, when it came out, we thought that was the coolest idea. Like we've been waiting for that. But then it just took over MTV, and there was no more MTV videos, and that made me so upset. And then I don't know why people like reality TV so much. They watch it. It's like they just want to, I guess, see other people going through the same problem, like going through problems, I guess. But anyways, never liked reality TV shows. Couldn't stand them. I don't watch. The only one I think I kind of got into was Survivor for a little bit, but um, never liked any of those. Big Brother, I have no idea what that even is, but I hear it's really popular. There's another one that was really big, The Real World. The Real World was another big one. Real World and Road Rules, I remember from the TV. Couldn't stand them. I never watched these things. I can't stand them. It's like, it makes me cringe so much. It makes me so like, why would you watch these shows? They're so stupid. But people get really popular from these shows. They get popular, and I was researching some people, and I found that Dancing with the Stars is another one. They get popular from these different shows, and what I notice is not all of them, but some of the people they have like financial backing, like from their parents or like their family or whatever. And people that have financial backing, like you can't really compete with that. You know what I mean? Like you can't compete with that. Don't try to compete with that. They've got all the latest and greatest equipment. They've got a financial backing. They have security. They have confidence. Okay, if you don't have that, then you're like me. You have a YouTube channel and a cell phone. Okay, and um, and you go out and you work. You get a job, and then you try to get the best job that you can, so that you could try to try to get ahead. But you never really do get ahead. Like you kind of do, but you kind of don't, because once you start making money, you start spending the money, and then what always happens is you're like, well, I'm just going to live humble. I'm not going to spend. I'm going to save up my money. But all that saving that you're doing in your mind, you're like, I want to take a vacation. I want a new car. I want some reward for all this work that I'm doing. And that always ends up happening to me. And, excuse me, I gotta stop burping on camera. I gotta learn how to stop burping on camera. Anyways, uh, here's something that I'm finding out about myself. I'm finding out that, or here's my situation. Okay, so I'm a truck driver, over the road truck driver. It was kind of my dream. It's not my big dream, but it was my dream to travel. but I couldn't travel because I don't have no money, and I'm not really brave enough, I guess, to get a backpack and just start walking. But I thought, I could go and travel America if I become an over the road truck driver, and I could get paid doing it. And so I went out and I pursued that, and I got the I found out that all these truck driving companies are hiring like crazy. They'll take anybody, or almost anybody, and then all you have to do is like they laid it out for me, these simple steps. This lady emailed me when I acquired about, as soon as you put it onto the internet, you get a million calls and a million emails. And so this one girl, she made it really simple for me. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, do this, go here, get this, go here, get that. And I followed her steps, and I kept emailing her back saying, hey, I completed step 1, I completed step 2. And eventually I got this this great, fantastic bus ride out to Missouri, where I was going to have my training. And it was the most craziest bus ride. It was horrible. One day I'll have to talk about that bus ride. But I was like, wow, like that bus ride was the worst part. So anyways, I got my Class A. I went around the country. I don't even know how many times I drove everywhere. Like, it only took about 2 weeks to get all the way around the country. I was like, oh, I seen it all, I'm done. But I ended up, working and going around so many times. I was keeping track of everything, but then I just lost track of everything. I've been around this America so many times, I've drove in every freeway and almost every highway, it seems like. And it was a great adventure. But what I was getting at was I made a lot of money, and then I thought I was saving up and stuff. But then as soon as I got off the truck, I was like, I want a vacation, I want a car, this and that. And I ended up putting myself in like a bad financial situation where now I'm like, went out and got credit cards. I have like $7 in my bank account. I've got credit cards that I can't pay. And I think what I'm doing is I'm just trying to see how far, I'm trying to see if I can do something different. But the thing of it is some days I have those days where I can, and some days I feel like I can't. But the thing of it is I always have the truck driving to go back to. So it's kind of like a catch-22. It's like if I didn't have the truck driving to go back to, maybe I would do something. Maybe I would keep going with the struggle until I eventually discovered something else. But by having my Class A and by going back to truck driving, it's an option that I could take. And right now I'm like, this ain't me. Like, I don't feel like this is me. Like, not having money, struggling, in debt. I got a car payment that's ridiculous. I have to sell my car. It's kind of like I don't want to have this car payment anymore. It's just too much, and I can't bring that much money in by doing anything else. Nothing's happening. Has happened for a while. And I'm like, I got to get rid of the car. It's too much. I don't like the feeling of being in debt. I have a hard time writing. I have a hard time doing my writing. I have a hard time being an artist and doing things that I want to do when I have this like debt looming over me, where it's like I have to make a payment. I have to do something. But I am finding some things out. I'm finding out that you can call these people and talk to them, and miracles will happen. Like, for instance, I missed some car payments. They repoed my car. I had to go and get it back, but I didn't have the money. They said they'll just tack it onto the loan. I said, okay, I'll take my car back and keep trying. And then the next month, they actually only asked me for $100, and I was like, hey, I could pay that. And I paid it, and then that gets me like another 2 months, So, I mean, if I don't pay the next one, so the next one's coming up. I'm gonna probably tell them, hey, I'm waiting on my tax return. Um, hallelujah, my tax return was more than what it is, so it's something that's gonna sustain me for a little while. And then I have my book that I wrote that is supposed to go into marketing and advertising soon, but it's prolonged, and I don't know how much that's going to bring in. It could bring in $300, or it could bring in $20,000. I have no clue. I've never done it before, but I paid a lot of money, so hopefully their marketing team could make me at least back the money that I paid into it. So I got that. Then I finished my second book, or I'm finishing it this week. Um, it was a book that I thought was going to take. It's taken way too long of time, and the book is. I calculated it in my mind. I'm like, okay, this book is going to take about 250 pages to complete. About 250 pages to complete. My first book was about 130 pages, 140. This book, for some reason, maybe my writing has improved, so it's taken me longer to get to the end. So what I did was I said my publishing company was bugging me to get a book out. So I'm like, you know what? This is taking too long. I need to break this up. So I'm gonna break it up into a part one, part two, and part three. It's probably going to take me 3 parts. Just like my first book, I cut it off early. I said, hey, this is going to take me 3 parts. I can't write it all at once. And besides, people like series. People like to read part one, part two, part three, part four, part five, part six. They like series. So I go, okay, I'm going to break this up into a series. So it was really weird how it happened and how it worked. It's like the timing, something going on with the timing in your mind and the timing of things happening. I was like, I don't think I can continue. I have to do something. I have to make change. I have to. And then my publisher emailed me out of the blue and asked me if I'm done with my manuscript. And I was like, you know what? I'm not done right now, but next week I'm going to be done, because for some reason, whatever's going on with like all the buttons and dials, it's like a perfect time to just end the story on a cliffhanger, and maybe go back to truck driving to get some funds. Or maybe, you know what's probably going to happen? Probably what's going to happen is I'm going to go back to truck driving, and then bam, I get my tax return. Then I go and I've got money and I'm back truck driving, I'm making more money, and then bam, my money comes in from my first book. Okay, this is long awaited, but I'm struggling, like, as far as when with the debt, as far as with like the financial part. I'm doing the best I can, but it's such a burden. It is such a burden on me that one day I couldn't write. I couldn't function. I had too many things going on. And then every time the money situation, they send me an email or they send me a message or something, and it's like, bam, there it is, that money problem, and it clenches me up, like I can't breathe or something. It like clenches me up, like I go, I gotta breathe. Oh, I can't breathe. And so anyways, it's such a hold, and I was thinking like maybe I'll get past that, but I was like, no, I know who I am. I have to be freed of these things. I can't have a nice car. It's just not me. I just have to have something that's paid off. I'll ride around on a bike, but I'm going to go back to truck driving. I'm not going to need my car, so I'm probably going to get rid of it. But anyways, this is the video I wanted to make real quick. I had other videos that I made, but they took too long, so they wouldn't upload. And I'll get back to you on the next video. This is Ryan. Peace. Leave anything in the comment section you want. Have a good day. See you on the next one. Bye.